If you ever had a big dream, like moving abroad, starting over, or finally doing something different with your life, you probably know how easy it is to get overwhelmed. That's exactly what happened to us until we went back to something I learned in the military, specifically in the Army, called backwards planning. It's the same strategy that keeps soldiers organized during missions and now is helping my family plan our move to the Dominican Republic without losing our minds. So, this is day two of my 30-day YouTube challenge. Welcome. This is where we go live every weekday for 30 days to bring you behind the scenes of our transitioning, planning, and preparing before we make our big move abroad. Yesterday, we talked about how we finally stop waiting. And today we're going to talk about how we are actually planning it step by step. So let's talk about how to plan the move or any big life changes or any goals that you might have using what we call the Army way. The very first step is to ask yourself an honest question. And here's the question, guys. Can you really see yourself living in another country? This is an honest question. Even if this country is where you were born, like me. I was born in the Dominican Republic, but the truth is that you are not the same person that you were when you left. You lived in the US, you built a different life, and that comes with basic built in lifestyles. So, uh, the habits, the expectations that you're gonna set, you have to really, really make a shift in your mind. It has to be a mindset shift. And then once you answer that question, you have to make a list of the pros and the cons that come with that honest answer. Because something that I've learned is this, that the things that you don't like, it does not get better with time. So if something feels off now, it will still feel off later and it gets worse. So you have to know if these pros, if the cons outweigh the pros or the pros outweighs the cons. Now, after you come to the conclusion and you envision the life that you want, that you say you want to live there, then now that you want to see yourself living in this other country, for us is the Dominican Republic, take some time and actually visualize that kind of life that you actually want. What does your day look like? What kind of community are you a part of? Do you want to be a part of the expat community? Do you want to live in a close neighborhood, or do you want to live with the actual Dominican and the locals? What kind of lifestyle community you want to be part of? If you are a veteran like myself and my husband, do you want to be forming part of that community? Because that will determine the area that you're actually going to move into, because those people are going to resonate in one area more than another one. So can you achieve that lifestyle in that country? That's what you need to come up when you answer all these questions. For us, we imagine mornings with a slower pace, fresh air, a little bit more freedom. For my husband, actually, he dreams about having his own bee farms and raising chickens because he want to have his own eggs. He even adding goats and pigs to this mix, okay? And also, we want to have a better balance for our kids. That vision keeps us grounded because we can actually achieve both. And ask me questions in the comments. And at the end of this 30-day challenge, I'm going to answer all of these questions and I will tell you a bit more if I'm not able to cover everything on these 30 days. Now, the step three is you want to work backwards from this goal. And this is when we want to use the backwards planning. Then think of everything that needs to happen to make that vision real and work backwards. Work yourself backwards. For us, that means, this is what it means for us, selling our houses here in the US, one at a time, obviously, because currently we have tenants in it. So now we have to figure it out which house needs to sell first, how much, how long is it going to take to sell, can we afford not to have an income for the tenants while this house is being sold, and you need to think of that. Then you preparing our kids emotionally, that's a major part which I'm going to cover more of tomorrow, academically for this transition and emotionally, and setting up everything that you'll need for a smooth move, from banking in another country if you think that this is what you need, which you most certainly will if you do, move to another country, the documents, and then also for us managing tenants because we decided to buy a villa that already had tenants in it. So this process keeps everything clear, and what this does is we're not going to be reacting. We're just executing a plan, right? Now, so what I want you to take away from this today is that when you plan, you can plan backwards to live forward. That's the main takeaway. So don't wait until everything is perfect. Just start your dream and trace the step back to today. That's how you can turn uncertainty into a direction. So, all right, guys, this is day 2 from our 30-day YouTube challenge. I hope today's live helped uh, and help you see how to plan a big move. One big change doesn't have to feel overwhelming. When you start with the end in mind and work your way backwards, it gives you direction and a peace of mind. Now, tomorrow for day 3, I'm going to talk about the emotional roller coasters of living Miami, the excitement, the fear, and everything in between. So if you haven't yet, please, please, please make sure to subscribe to the Living in the Art Guide. That's a YouTube channel. And hit the bell and follow along so that we can keep sharing the real side of preparing to move abroad one day at a time. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.